Hey, this is Mike again, and in this tutorial, we're going to look at setting up modules with requirements. And so the way that that looks is in modules, you can set it up so students have to complete certain things before they complete others, and then move on to other modules. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Go ahead and go to a class. And in this case, I'm going to go to my sandbox just to so I can make some edits without affecting any of my classes. I do have a test class. I just changed the name of one of my photo video classes from sandbox to test class. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to modules, and as you can see right here, I've been working on a module for the beginning of next year. And if I go to student view, you can see that some of the things are grayed out. That means that I have requirements set up. Okay. So the way that we start with this is you can go to create a new module, and we're going to go test module, and then we're going to add it. Okay. And so what you're going to want is either to go out to quizzes and pages and things like that and assignments and create your body of assignments. And then what you can do is you can throw them in here and then set up the requirements. The way that starts is you just go plus, and you can go create assignment, and we're just going to go test assignment. Okay. And then we're going to add that. Okay. And then we can go, let me just change the spelling here. All right. So test assignment, what we're going to do is we're going to add just a different element to each of these. So we'll go quiz name, and then we'll go test quiz. Okay. And I'm just going to add a different element for each requirement for this particular module. And create, actually, won't do that. We'll go here, and then we'll make this a page. And we'll go create page. We'll go test page. Okay, so you're going to build out your module first with whatever you need. And just so you know, when you're building a module, you can do things like you can add URLs, you can add text. Like I always do like an agenda in my modules. And that way the students can just, follow along here. Usually I'll put the objective, but because that's the first week of school, it's not really necessary because we're just kind of doing check-ins. Let me just go ahead and bounce over to my real photo video class. I can show you kind of the way that I set my modules up. And then you kind of see the way that it works in action. This is an actual module that my students are working on right now. This is week 36. You can see Tuesday 5:28, Thursday 5:30. And then if I go into student view, you can see that this is what the students will see. So Tuesday, they check in for class, and then I have my objective in the modules. And then right here, I have basically my agenda, but my agenda is also built in with assignments that they have to do. So you can see Tuesday, they were supposed to get all this done, and then they were allowed to move on and actually complete Thursday's work. Always let my students jump ahead if they want to, because we always have like a practicum. So next week we're working on podcasts, and I want them to have enough time. So in order to have enough time, and also to possibly go back and maybe complete some things that they hadn't finished from before, they're allowed to jump ahead. But you can see all of these are grayed out. And as they go through these in order, the next one will open up. And then when they finish with the exit ticket, that means the module will be done. And then what you can do is you can, as a teacher, when you're in the teacher view, you can go to view progress. Okay. And then what you can do is you can look at the progress in a certain module, and then they'll tell you what needs to be done in that module that's remaining. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back to what we were building. Okay, so this is our test module that we're building down here. And then we'll add one more element, and that will be, let's put a discussion in there, create the topic, and we'll go test discussion. Okay, now we're ready to do the requirements. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll publish this. and all of the stuff inside. And then what we'll do is we'll go here. We'll go to the 3 dots over here on the right-hand side in the top of the module. And then we can go to edit. And then under the edit, we can lock the module until a certain date. And then it'll automatically unlock if we wanted to. That's kind of cool to keep kids, from jumping ahead to certain modules if you want to keep them closed. But now with the new grading requirements, I'm going to allow my kids to jump ahead as far as they want. And honestly, students don't really do that. Some of the really high achievers will jump ahead maybe a week, but really no more than that. So the prerequisites, what you can do is the prerequisite is if you click on it, you can go, see, prerequisite, you can say that they have to complete one module before they hit the next module. Okay. So right here, it says it's all grayed out, but it says week 1. So the prerequisite for test module is that they have to complete week 1. And so that keeps them doing the modules in the order that you want them to do them. Okay. Now, within each module, you can go to requirements and you can say students must complete all of these requirements. And then you can put students must move through the requirements in sequential order. And so once that's clicked, the students have to go stepwise through. And then what you can do is you can actually set individual requirements for each assignment. Okay. So you could go for test assignment. And once you click on this one right here, as long as you have these toggled, then you get to choose. You can see that this corresponds with the things that are in the module. If I go test assignment and then I can do submit the assignment, that means they have to complete that before they go on to test quiz. Then I can go to add requirement, then I can go to test quiz, and then I can go, they must score at least, let's say, if it's an out of 10, then I can go, they have to at least score like a C. So I'm going to just go 7 out of 10. And then for test page, which would just be information here, I can go, I can set it up so they can contribute to the page. So just like a little FYI, on pages, there's a little toggle on when you build a page that allows students to contribute to the page, kind of like a Google Doc that's shared with everybody and everybody has editing privileges. But for this one, I'm just going to say view the item. And then I'm going to add a requirement for the discussion. And the discussion is view the item as well. Okay, so the test discussion, view the item, and that's going to be my requirements for this particular module once they complete the one that's above it. So I'll update it. I'll relock it. Okay, and then it'll say complete all items here. And the way that I can kind of check what I did is the prerequisite is to finish week 1. And then within it, if I go to student view, okay, you can see that everything is grayed out because they have not completed, or the work for week 1 has not been completed. So when you start building your modules out with these requirements, if you want them to go from module to module to module and not jump ahead, and you want them to complete everything in order, then what you'll see is once you build a module out with all these requirements, they have to get through the prerequisite, which is this, in order to get to this. And then once they complete these two, then the first one that'll illuminate will be test assignment, and they have to complete that before they move through it. So that's really the basics of doing prerequisites and requirements and modules. I think it's a great way, especially with the new grading policy, to kind of keep track of what kids are doing, and then always allowing them to kind of monitor their own progress and then return to work that they need to complete. And it also, kind of keeps track of, like, as we jump into this new grading system, really honestly, how far kids are behind in terms of like late work and, what they're doing to make sure that they stay caught up. Okay. So if you have any questions about Canvas modules and the prerequisites and requirements, go ahead and email me.